everyone, it's Rebecca from New Hampshire Knits. This is episode 34. I apologize, the last few episodes, forgot about the microphone. I didn't put the episode number, so whatever. I just counted, it's 34. So yeah, trying to check in with you guys every other week, and I have a couple finished objects, and I have some progress on my Aran sweater. That's the all over cable sweater that I started working on. Well, I think I had finished a bit of it before I showed it last. I don't have much progress on my other two whips I showed, so I will not spend much time talking about them at all, but I do have them, and I guess we'll start with what I'm wearing. So I think I shared this a few episodes ago, but this is my Ingrid sweater. It is a pattern by Petite Knit, and it is my favorite sweater, and I wear it all the time. And just stand up so you can see. And if I didn't share it, I'll tell you the details. It is, I knit this with Kelbourne Woolen's Scout in the color, I think it was Stone Heather. And I held it with Knitting for Olive mohair in Dusty Violet. I'll get a close-up of how that came out. You wouldn't, I don't know if you'd think that they would go together when you see them, because the Dusty Violet is definitely a very light gray purple, but I think that it blended together really nicely. Actually, I have some of the Scout I can show you. Oh, I have both. Look at me. I was almost prepared. So this is the Kelbourne Woolen's Scout in the Stone Heather. And you can see the difference. This is the mohair that I held it with. And I just thought it would look really nice together, and it does. I love it. This is one of my favorite yarns, Kelbourne Woolen Scout. It is 100% wool, DK weight. Yeah, one of my absolute favorites. So anyway, yeah, this is the Ingrid sweater, again, by Petite Knit. And I am wearing my Christmas wreath earrings. Yay, I love them. And a pair of socks that I made forever ago. These are, oh my gosh, they're like 10 years old now. But they are Nomadic Knits. Nomadic Knits self-striping yarn on their Spark base. It's a sparkly one. Can't really tell in the video. And the colorway is Yuletide. I don't know if they still make that colorway. Like I said, I bought this yarn like, I want to say almost 10 years ago. So, yeah, so that's what I'm wearing. Yay. Oh, I keep hitting the microphone. I'm so sorry. This is only the second time I've used the microphone, so I'm not used to it. Me and my hands need to chill out. Okay, so finished objects. I have two. I don't have one of them with me, but I have a picture of it. So my friend's daughter, Carly, really wanted a hat, a purple hat. So I whipped this one up the other day and gave it to her. It is, you can't really see, you get the idea. I used the what is it? Rye hat from, or barley hat? No, rye from Tin Can Knits. It does have a garter stitch panel on it. I didn't do that. I just wanted the numbers for her head. And I'll show you what I used. So I dove into my stash a little. And for the brim, or the ribbing, and the pom-pom, I held these two together. And I actually used a whole skein of this for that hat, which is crazy. So this, I have another skein of it here so I can show you. This is Ba Yarn's Footloose, which is their 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon fingering weight. And this is the March 2024 colorway. It's really pretty. And I think I might make her sister a hat in this color. I do have quite a bit of it left. So it's, you know, light purples, dark purples, oranges. It's really pretty. I wanted to do the whole hat like this, but she really wanted it to be mostly purple. So for the rest of the hat, I used this. This is, this is gonna drive me crazy because I have this for my other finished object as well. It's Susan Anderson's yarn. Begins with a B. It's the Wisconsin homespun fingering yarn. It's also a fingering weight. I will find it, but it is on Barrett wool. That's it. I knew I'd come to it. Barrett wool. It is on Ravelry. If I didn't already mention, all of my patterns and all the yarn and everything is on Ravelry. I am a little lazy and I don't feel like putting everything in the show notes, so I just stick a link to Ravelry down below and you can find all the information there. So I held this also with this. This is Lane's de Nord Cash Silk Light, which is 10% cashmere and 22% silk. So this is very, very nice. And I kind of forgot what this was when I made the hat for a 5-year-old, that this is cashmere. So she got a very, very nice hat. But yeah, I really, really love this yarn as a mohair alternative. I know for some people the mohair can be a little bit itchy. It doesn't bother me too much, but if I was gonna do like a turtleneck or a high funnel neck, I would probably use something like this, or Surrey alpaca. But this one, it's expensive. It's $15 for 159 yards of lace weight, so it's not very much yardage, and but it's so nice. So if you want something really nice, really luxurious, this is such a beautiful yarn. Here, let me show you so I bought these together to make the Spot Sweater by Ann Bensel. I haven't gotten around to it. I think I'm still going to do that. I'm pretty sure I still have enough. I did not use very much of this at all for the hat. So I think it's okay, but I will definitely have to buy more of this. So we'll see. Anyway, that was a hat. That was a lot of words for a hat. So, the other finished object I have is some mittens. These are also a gift. So these are a free pattern. And this is, pull up the pattern. It is the Thick and Quick Alpha Salopi Mittens by Simone van Edersteen. And again, a free pattern. It calls for a Lopi style yarn that I didn't have. I was also stash diving here, so I held, it's supposed to be a bulky-ish weight yarn. So I held a strand of Cascade 220 Sport in the color Natural, which was left over from my Alpine autumn sweater that I showed in the last episode. And I held that with a strand of the Barrett wool home fingering in, I think, I don't know. I want to say ruby, but it's just a red. It's her red. That's a fingering weight on the label, but it definitely works up more like a sport weight. So basically it's 2 sport weight yarns held double to make a bulky-ish weight. So yeah, free pattern, and they are very cute. I will be giving these to their recipient on Wednesday, and I just thought they were very festive. It looks kind of like a candy cane situation. I almost did a green and white Latvian braid to add here. I thought that'd be really pretty and Christmassy, but then I thought it would be too Christmassy, and then the recipient would not want to wear them after Christmas, whereas you can get away with wearing them after Christmas. They're very warm, 100% wool. The Cascade 220 not superwash. It's a Peruvian Highland wool, and the Barrett home is, I know it's an American wool. I don't know if it's Targhee or Columbia wool, but it's an American wool. It's one of my favorite yarns for color work. I have used it many, many, many times on color work patterns. The Barrett wool, love it. So anyway, this was also a quick knit. I did these last weekend with the hat. Wanted to get a couple quick gifts out of the way, so I did that, and voila. So moving on to whips. I'm going to start with my, well, I guess I'll just show them really quick. I haven't really worked on them much at all. This is my Simple and Simple sweater by Pernilla Larson from Knitting for Olive. It has been stuffed in the bag in a ball, so it's a little wrinkly. But this is Valley Yarns Superwash DK, held double with Knitting for Olive. Nope, I lied. It's Valley Yarns, I'll show you, Valley Yarns Southampton, which is mohair and silk, and then this is the Valley Yarns Superwash DK, and the color is just red. So I'm holding those double to make this very simple raglan sweater, and I did start the sleeve over Thanksgiving. I needed a little break from my cable sweater, so I started that, but I didn't get very far. I really want to get the other sweater done for Christmas, so I decided not to work on this and moved on. And then the other whip I have hanging out in my bag over here is the colorwork sweater for my dad. I have not done any work on this, so I really won't talk about it much at all. I'm not going to talk about it at all. I have not done this at all since I don't even know when. I'm not going to see my dad till after New Year's, so I think that's okay if I get this other sweater done, and then I could focus on my dad's sweater and probably have it done by the time I see him. I don't know. But he doesn't celebrate Christmas, so it doesn't really matter. Moving on to my last whip, which is taking all my time, is the Yankee Knitter Designs Adult Aran sweater. It looks like this. I do have a print version of it, but you can get it on Ravelry. I did link it on there. And the pattern is pretty sparse. So one of the things, I think I shared this with you last time, but one of the things that my friend Roberta did was she wrote out all the directions for all the cables for all the rows of the 12-row repeat. So I have that photocopied here. And it has been super helpful, although at this point I have the pattern all memorized, so I'm not even really looking at it. But we are making progress. I am knitting this in Kelborn Woolens. This doesn't want to move. Kelborn Woolens Erin, which is a 60% fine Irish wool, a Donegal wool, and 40% New Zealand wool. It is a bulky weight. The pattern calls for a worsted or Aran weight, but I used this instead. And it is in the color Onyx, which is a dark charcoal gray. And it is very rustic. I don't think it's itchy, it's just rough, which I think will soften a bit with blocking. So I have finished the back. I was working on this the last time you saw it. This is the finished back. So that's what the cables look like. And I did leave it on the needles because it's just easier that way. I have enough cables to do that. And then over Thanksgiving, while I was away, I knit the, oh, that's backwards, the sleeve. So that's one sleeve. And I am about halfway done with the front. So I think I will get to the armpit tonight. You cast off a couple stitches on the end for the armpit, and then I do a couple more repeats, and then I start shaping the neck. So I hope to finish the front the next couple days, so then I can do the other sleeve and sew it up and finish it. It would be really nice to give this to its recipient for Christmas, but if it's a few days later, it is what it is. I am focusing on it and trying to get it done, but I'm not killing myself over it. I also was asked by a friend to knit a Santa hat for her son, and the yarn is being delivered today, so I may knit that up tomorrow, which means I don't work on this tomorrow, but it is what it is. So anyway, that's what I've been working on. I love this sweater so much. It is coming out really beautiful. It has been a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I was very scared to do an all over cable sweater. I did one earlier this year that was a cardigan, but it just had one simple cable on it, and it was a cropped cardigan, so it worked up really fast and no big deal. This is a lot more intricate looking, but it's actually not difficult at all, and there's only, each repeat only has 2 cable rows, so it's pretty simple. And this blackberry stitch is only a 4-row repeat, and 2 of those rows are just purling, so it's really not bad at all. And I haven't done a seamed sweater before, but I have done 3-needle bind off, so I think it'll be fine. I took a tip from one of my friends in my knitting group, and I've marked all of the, well, the sleeve doesn't matter as much, but every time I started a new repeat, I put a stitch marker, so when I do the front and the back, they should all match up. They do. They're just falling funny, so they look weird. What is happening? Maybe I'm just wrong and I've completely ruined this. But you'll see. So I'll be able to tell that I'm staying lined up on the sides. So I think it'll be fine. Yeah. So even though I love this sweater and I'm really excited to give it to the person who it's going to, because they really, really wanted a traditional Irish Aran sweater, it has been slow going. I can usually knock out a sweater in a couple weeks. This has been a month since I started it. Literally today is 1 month since I cast it on, and I'm still not done. So this is going to be a 5 to 6 week long project, which I know for sweaters that's a good clip, but for me it's a little slow. So I'm getting a little antsy. I have those 2 other sweaters that I really want to work on. So yeah. So that's it. That's all I got going on. I did not mean to fold those all up together. Christmas is in a week and a half. I did finish. That's not true. I did not finish my Christmas shopping. I still have to get something for my mother-in-law. So maybe I'll do that this week. And yeah, that's it. So again, another shorter episode because all my time is going to the cable sweater. But I hope you all have a wonderful holiday, whatever you're celebrating. And I will see you probably right before the new year. I think I'll try and get another update in before 2025 and show you that sweater finished. And I'll have the Santa hat finished, which I will have given away, but I will take a picture of. And we'll see. Maybe the red sweater will be finished. It's just sleeves. How bad could that be? Famous last words. Anyway, have a wonderful holiday. Thank you all so much for coming and hanging out with me for a few minutes. And I will see you soon. Bye.